Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Wednesday, September 13th. We've got a 12-game main slate today on this Wednesday. And before we get started looking at this slate, I do want to let you guys know I uploaded my NFL Week 2 video yesterday on Tuesday. Well, I actually uploaded it today. I am recording this Tuesday night. But by the time you're watching this, you'll probably be watching this on Wednesday. So make sure you check out that NFL video if you are going to be playing NFL DFS on Sunday. The video I made is very informative. I did go by every position, quarterback, running back, receiver. Went through every position, gave some of my favorite plays at each position. So make sure you check that video out if you did miss it. We'll leave a link down in the description. Just after you get done watching this video, just click on that link. It'll take you straight to the NFL video. And you can check that out as well. Would really appreciate that. Make sure you leave a like on that video. Would really appreciate that as well. And also be sure to like this video while you're at it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started looking at today's Wednesday slate. Alright, so like I said, we got a 12-game slate today. We have a lot of pitching options up top. But guys I'm not really interested in. We have three guys over 10K. Yu Darvish, Irvin Santana, and Max Scherzer. I think Max Scherzer is in play here. He's 13,400 going up against the Braves. But I'm not going to be on Scherzer. I think he's a good option for cash games because I definitely think he's safe. But I don't know if Scherzer's going to be able to pay off that price for tournaments. I don't think he has 30 to 40 point upside, which is what you're going to need if you're rostering him at that price tag. This Braves team, they just don't strike out a lot. And Max, he has had some problems with the Braves this year. I believe he's played them 3 times, and he's only averaged like 20 DK points in the 3 games he's played the Braves. So I don't think I can justify rostering him at that price tag. I think Scherzer's easily going to be able to get 20, but I don't know if he can get 30 to 35, which is what you're going to need if you're rostering him at 13,400. So I'm not going to be on Scherzer today. Irvin Santana gets a good matchup against the Padres, but I'm not rostering Irvin Santana at 10,900. I don't think I've rostered Santana all year, and I'm definitely not going to start now at that price tag, so I'm not going to be on him. Then Yu Darvish, I do like this matchup for Darvish. Pitching in San Francisco, a very pitcher-friendly park, going up against a San Francisco team that's pretty depleted right now. But Darvish, he's looked really bad lately. He's had some really rough games, and he just hasn't looked like himself. So I don't think I'm going to be on Darvish either. 10,300, I think that is a reasonable price tag. Paying nearly 10K for Darvish, that does feel like a little bit too cheap. We usually see Darvish like 12, 13K. So 10.3 does seem like a reasonable price tag, but he's that price for a reason. He's been pretty bad lately. So I'm not going to be on Darvish, not going to be paying up for pitcher. I'm going to look towards the mid-tier for my 2 pitchers today, and then really spend up for some hitters. There are some expensive hitters I like on the slate. So I'm not going to be on paying up for pitcher. I'm going to be looking at the mid-tier. And the first guy I like is at 9,100, and that's Aaron Nola going up against the Marlins. Now, I don't absolutely love this matchup for Nola, but I really like the price tag. 9,100 does seem like a little bit too cheap to pay for Nola. He is a very talented pitcher. This guy should definitely be over 10K. He has had some struggles as of late, but if you do look in his last 10 games, this guy does have a ton of talent, had some really good games. Had some games where he put up 30 plus, put up 34 against the Astros, 31 against Milwaukee. Went to Coors Field, had 21, 31 against the Mets. So Nola is a guy that does have upside. He has had some struggles as of late, but I think he's going to be able to get things going here. Pitching at home, Nola pitches a lot better at home. So far this year, he's averaged 23 DraftKings points at home, where he has only averaged 13 on the road. So I do like Aaron Nola here at 9,100. I think he can definitely get me 20 to 25 DK points and return value on his salary. So I am going to be getting off the expensive pitchers and going with Nola, who I think has similar upside to those guys. And it's definitely a cheaper price at only 9,100. And then for my SP2, I'm going to be going back to the well on a guy that burned me last week. And that's Patrick Corbin at 7,300 going up against the Rockies. Corbin, I was heavily on him in his last start out against the Padres. And he absolutely crapped the bed. Put up negative 8.7 DraftKings points. Just totally ruined my night. But I'm going to be going back to him here. I think this is a really good matchup. Pitching at home, and the Rockies are going to be away from Coors Field. Corbin has pitched a little bit better at home. He's averaged 15 DK points at home this year, where he's only averaged 13 on the road. So I do like this spot for Corbin. He does have some good upside. This guy does have a lot of strikeout potential. And this Rockies team in the last 30 days have been striking out a lot versus lefties. 5th most in the league, striking out 23.7% of the time versus left-handed pitching so far in the last 30 days. So I think Corbin has some really good upside here. I think he's really going to bounce back. If you just look at his last 10 games before that game against the Padres, Corbin had some monster games with putting up games with over 30 plus, getting near 10 strikeouts. So I do like the spot for Patrick Corbin. I think he is going to bounce back off that rough outing. I think he can definitely get me 20 DK points, and if he does that for 7,300, that's absolutely crushing value. So I'm going to be rolling with Patrick Corbin today as my SP2 for just 7,300. When we go with Nola and Corbin as our two pitchers, we're still left with 4,200 remaining per player. So we have some really good salary to work with to where we can fit in some expensive bats. And we're not forced to play a bunch of cheap value hitters. We can really fit in the expensive bats today going with these two pitchers. So the first guy that I like is going to be at first base. The first hitter I like to build around these two pitchers. An expensive hitter, Anthony Rizzo at 5,500 going up against Matt Harvey. Matt Harvey is a guy I've been stacking up against every time he pitches. It didn't work out last time. I believe he pitched against the Reds last time, and I did stack up against him. Didn't really work out. He didn't really have a good game. He just kind of had a mediocre game. But that's not going to keep me from rostering some of these Cubs bats, especially guys like Anthony Rizzo that have a ton of power that can definitely take Harvey deep. Harvey has really struggled with lefties on the year. So far to lefties, he's allowed a 391 WOBA. And he's also given up a lot of home runs to lefties, a 2.67 home run per 9 on the year to left-handed hitters, and a lot of hard contact as well. 37.6% hard contact to lefties on the year. So I like this spot for Anthony Rizzo. I believe he has some BVP. It is a small sample size. He's 2 for 6 against Harvey with 1 home run. So in 6 at-bats against Matt Harvey, Anthony Rizzo's batting .333 with a home run. So take that for what it's worth. But I love this spot for Anthony Rizzo. He is really expensive at 5,500, but I think he has good potential to take Harvey deep. We know Rizzo has a ton of power, and going up against a pitcher that gives up a lot of home runs to lefties, I do really like this spot for Anthony Rizzo. So I'm going to be plugging him in at first base for 5,500. And then my next play is going to be at third base. Cheap play I like, a guy under 4K. You can also roster him at first base, but since I went with Rizzo at first base, going to be moving him to third. And that's Joey Gallo at 3,800 going up against Mike Leake. I really like this spot for Joey Gallo. He's going to be going up against a pitcher that doesn't strike anybody out, and those are the kind of matchups where you do want to roster Joey Gallo because he will strike out a lot. But going up against Leake, Leake doesn't strike anybody out, and he's going to have to pitch in a hitter-friendly park in Texas here, so I think he is going to probably give up some home runs. But like I said with the strikeout rate, Leake, he's only striking out lefties 11% of the time, so he doesn't strike anybody out. And he does give up some hard contact, 55% medium contact, and 31.1% hard contact to lefties on the year. So I do like the spot for Joey Gallo. I love that they're going to be playing in Texas, that very hitter-friendly park. I think Gallo has a chance to take Mike Leake deep, so I'm going to be rolling with him at third base for just 3,800. And then my final play is going to be in the outfield. An expensive bat I like here is Nelson Cruz at 5,100 going up against Martin Perez. I think this is a really good spot for Nelson Cruz going up against a lefty in Texas. We know Cruz has a ton of power, especially to lefties. Cruz is known as a lefty masher, so I think this is a really good spot for him. He has hit Martin Perez well in the past. It is a decent sample size as well. He's seen Perez 14 times, and in those 14 at-bats, Cruz has 5 hits. 3 of those hits were home runs, so he's 5 for 14 with 3 home runs against Martin Perez in the time that he's seen him. So I do like the spot for Nelly Cruz. Perez does struggle to righties, especially at home in Texas. He has had some struggles on the year. At home versus righties on the year, Perez, he has allowed a 376 WOBA, and he's also given up a lot of hard contact at home versus righties, 49.8% medium contact and 35.9% hard contact. So I love this spot for Nelly Cruz going up against a lefty in Texas. We know Cruz is a lefty matcher. I think he definitely has a chance to hit or take Perez deep. He's hit Perez well in the past. So I'm going to be rolling with Nelly Cruz in the outfield today for 5,100. And yeah, guys, so these are my 5 plays for tonight. I went with Aaron Nola, Patrick Corbin, Anthony Rizzo, Joey Gallo, and Nelson Cruz. When we plug these 5 guys in our lineup, we're still left with 3,840 remaining per player, which you definitely should be able to work around. So you can build a lineup if you want to around this 5. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you did enjoy. If this is your first time on my channel, be sure to subscribe. I do upload these videos daily, along with NFL. I'll be making weekly NFL videos. So you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, so you never miss out on any new videos. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you check out my NFL video for week 2. I will put a link to it down in the description. I would really appreciate it if you would check that out and leave some feedback. Drop a like on that video. It would mean a lot to me. So thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Good luck tonight. Peace.
Oh, sauce it down, sauce it up. You too much, ain't enough, ain't enough. Where you from? Throw it out, going nuts, yeah, going down. Sauce it down, sauce it up. You too much, ain't enough, ain't enough.